The Knicks take a 3-0 series lead here in Philadelphia. I'm here with SNY NBA insider Ian Begley. And Ian, we had to expect that the Sixers would come out swinging in this game, but the Knicks responded in a big way, especially in the second quarter. What impressed you about the way that this team was able to respond without OG Anunoby, Karl Anthony Towns in foul trouble too, to get this win?
Yeah, it was impressive because if you watch the Knicks over the course of the year, there were games where they would fall behind double digits and start kind of hanging their heads, and you thought it was kind of over, but they've kind of built this confidence within themselves, and I think a lot of it has to do what they've done with what they've done in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson said, look, I'm proud of the way our team handles things mentally. They didn't flinch when they were down 12 early in the first quarter. In fact, they got up 12 about 12 minutes later, so it was they really handled this adversity well, and here they are, 3-0 lead going into Sunday.
Yeah,
game 4.
Resilient team for sure. We have to talk about Mikal Bridges. I mean, not even just tonight, but this entire series. I said in game 2, it seemed like he turned a corner. We saw what he could do on both ends in this game. What did you like from Mikal Bridges in this one?
I mean, just the relentless energy on defense, and then again, he's finding his spots on offense. It's not like he's taking bad shots to get the Knicks out of their offense. He's taking good shots when he's open, and he's knocking them down, and it's impressive because I'll go back to game 3 against Atlanta, where he had 4 turnovers. He was 0 for 4. I remember talking to him after the game, and he was saying, look, I just have to take it, right? I have to take it, I have to process it and come back. And he's come back in a big way, because if you look at his play since that closeout game against Atlanta, I mean, he's been very, very good both ends of the floor, a key for what the Knicks have been able to do. 23
points for him, and it seems like he's at his best when it matters most, especially in the postseason. We'll see if the Knicks can complete the sweep in Game 4 on Sunday.
This was a fun basketball game, Ty. Where on the floor do you feel that the Knicks actually won this one?
Well, coming into this series, if you would talk to some Sixers fans and, ask them who has the best player in said series, they would have said they do in Tyrese Maxey. And yet tonight, he got thoroughly outplayed by a guy who was actually the best player in this series, Jalen Brunson. And we can show you the numbers comparing these guys tonight. Brunson, more points, more assists, more efficient. And he understood the moment, John, because this was not a game that was just about essentially clinching this series. The Sixers aren't coming back from 3-0 down, but Jalen Brunson, the captain, the leader of this team, understood also we've got an opportunity to buy some extra time for our guy OG Anunoby, because I know we'll talk about him later, not needing him and forcing him to play in the Game 4. And then when you take a look at Tyrese Maxey, so disappointed, man. 12 shot attempts, a game for your season at home, and you've got fewer shot attempts than Oubre, Embiid, and Paul George. So I thought the biggest story tonight was the best player on the Knicks thoroughly outplaying the best player on the Sixers, and that's why they won this game.
Yeah, Maxey played more minutes than Brunson, too, and still the efficiency wasn't even close. You talked about OG. No OG with the hamstring injury, no problem. Were you impressed with how the Knicks were able to fill the void?
Oh, absolutely. There was a point in this game where the Knicks bench outscored the Sixers bench 25-0. Now, that got inflated because of garbage time, where it ends up at 29-11. But Shamet, who had, not been a part of this rotation, he comes in and he's balling. But we do have to give a shout-out to a guy people say I look like, Mikal Bridges.
I agree.
Knicks fans, just last round, we're ready to get rid of this dude. He had a 0-point game, which we know is inexcusable for a starter, but give him a lot of credit, man. He's doubled his point average going from last round into this round, and he's been extraordinary on defense. So Bridges, 3 straight games, 3 magnificent performances for this Knicks team, and with the bench unit, with Brunson doing what he did, and with Bridges stepping up, you gotta love this total team effort in what was, a big game to, essentially clinch the series.
I don't think there's any question that the floor opens up quite a bit when Bridges is on. The Knicks have now won 6 playoff games in a row. This has been a bit of a roller coaster at times this season, Ty. So what does the consistency this postseason tell you about who they are right now?
Sometimes the Knicks make us feel really silly about how we talk about them throughout the regular season, whether it's the 2-9 stretch, the back-to-back games in LA against the Lakers and the Clippers, or you could just go back a week and a half ago, what we were saying about them when they were down 2-1 to the Atlanta Hawks. And it's that, yes, they're built for this moment. They're checking the boxes of a team that can absolutely win a championship because they're one of the best offenses, they're one of the best defenses, they're the most clutch team in basketball, and they're just loaded on both ends. And so The Knicks, listen, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but
Ty, do they sweep?
I think they sweep on Sunday. The Sixers are cooked. And this Knicks team, man, was that an impressive victory. Every reason to roll over. Not feeling that sense of
Certainly so.
urgency, and they still got it done.